Hello, welcome to Gadget First. Today we're looking at the AKG K550s. This is an audiophile pair of headphones. Really good quality. I've had these for about a year now, since last Christmas. And I have to say I'm really impressed with them. So let's take a closer look at the AKG K550s. Okay then, so let's take a look at the looks of the headphones first. I fell in love with these as soon as I saw them on the internet. I just thought the understated and really simple design of them was awesome. I really like them. But equally, you get people that think they're really ugly because they're so huge and plain that people often don't like them. Um, I mean, they've been called ear defenders in the past, so obviously that's not a good look. But in my opinion, I think they're really uh, quite something quite special when it comes to the looks. As you can see, all this is metal. You've got some brushed metal here, and this is a soft touched kind of plastic, which is also really nice. You've got the same kind of soft touch plastic here, and the metal headband around here. I really like it. It is very simple, it is very understated, but that's the way I like it. I don't like things like Beats that you just look at them and you think plastic. These are certainly a nice looking pair of headphones in my opinion. Going on to comfort, they're really comfortable. As you can see, there's a fair amount of padding here. These will never make your head ache or anything. These are the most comfortable pair of headphones you'll ever use. There's not a great deal of padding up here, but the padding that is there is incredibly comfortable and really nice. The only thing that I've had troubles with, comfort-wise, is probably this plastic here. Sometimes if you've got quite a large head, then and you don't have it set up properly, these inner bits here can kind of snag around here, which can hurt a little bit if you're using it for hours and hours. But you know, it's not a big deal. You just adjust it and it's done. Build quality is really good. If you hear this, you know, it sounds good quality. The same on the other side. It's a little bit stiffer on this side, but I think that's just my pair. Put it back on 6, which is for me. They also fold flat, which is quite handy. These are by no means are they a portable pair of headphones, but it makes it a little easier the way they fold flat like this. So you can then put them maybe in a laptop bag or another kind of bag. Makes it quite handy. And now let's take a look at the sound quality of these AKG K550s. Now, I'm by no means an audiophile. I can discern good quality music to lower quality music, but I don't spend thousands on audio equipment and speakers and amplifiers just because I can't afford it, really. I'm sure I would if I could, but at the moment, obviously, I can't. So my setup is basically, down here I've got a Marantz PM230 from, it's actually my dad's. I stole it off him. That's from the 80s, I think. Quite an old piece of kit, but it definitely does the job and sounds pretty good whilst it's doing it. In my computer where I listen to my music, I've got an Asus DGX, sorry, sound card, which again, it's not audiophile quality, nowhere near audiophile quality, but it definitely does the job. It's better than onboard sound cards and better than USB sound cards. So yeah, it definitely does the job quite well. As far as what I listen to, if I open my folder, I can run you through some things that I listen to. These are all FLACs. I only listen to FLACs when I'm testing headphones. We've got things like Muse. I listen to a bloody ton of Muse. MGMT, the White Stripes, a little bit of the Rolling Stones, Foals, Bombay Bicycle Club, and Jimi Hendrix. And I'd say these headphones aren't the best for full-on bass. If you're listening to dubstep or anything that is really full-on bass, they're probably not for you. I mean, it will be an accurate representation of what the artist created. And I'm not saying that by any means these can't do bass. These headphones, you know, if you give it bass, it will play bass perfectly well. But if you're wanting really low-end grunt, you know, you may want to check out the AKG M50s from Audio-Technica instead. They've definitely got a little bit more grunt on the low end kind of things. But these are bloody brilliant for detailed music. I mean, listening to, there's one song in particular, Lamplight by Bombay Bicycle Club, sounds bloody amazing through these. There's one part where on the right channel you can hear the singer's voice. He's kind of whispering into your ear, and it sounds bloody phenomenal. Again, the more detailed the music, the more these headphones are going to shine. They are bloody amazing for both detail in the low end and detail in the treble and the high end, but less so in the mid-range kind of spectrum of sound. It's not recessed by any means. I mean, it's not going to completely lose any detail in the mid-range kind of sound, but it's not quite as flat as it could be. But you know, I actually prefer that. I don't like having particularly prominent mid kind of music. I prefer prominent lows and prominent highs. That's how I like it. So you get the detail and the low end grunt. But you know, each their own. These will handle any kind of music really, really well, and they do give an accurate representation of what the artist made. You know, they are quite a flat pair of headphones. You know, they're not going to add bass to it. They're not going to add clarity to it. They're just going to play it as it was intended, really. And it's up to you to pick the headphones that go with the music you want, and to tune the EQ to what suits you. So yeah, on the whole, I can't do any frequency tests or anything because I'm not a proper dedicated headphone reviewer. I'm just going by what I can hear, and by what I can hear, it is phenomenal for detailed music. Less so for bassy music. I mean, they do bass, but you know, if you're wanting headphones dedicated to drum and bass, dubstep, any kind of really bassy music, you're going to go with the AKG M50s definitely over these. But yeah, you know, any kind of detailed music, these are a brilliant, brilliant pair of headphones. So definitely, you know, if you're wanting to listen to music at home, you know, these will definitely do it. These are bloody brilliant for it. And if you have any kind of older stuff or more professional equipment, they do have the 1/4" jack, which screws in and out to reveal a 3.5mm or 8". But really, if you're wanting anything portable, again, you're going to have to look elsewhere. These headphones, I find them far too big to be walking around with them, and you know, the seal that you get when you're listening to them, all the way around, doesn't matter. The seal that you get when you're listening to them, you know, you're not going to be able to be walking around running anything. They will slowly work their way off. So yeah, definitely for home usage. But if that's what you're wanting, if you're wanting to get detailed music listening at home, then absolutely fantastic. One last thing to say about these headphones is the fact that you get a very detailed soundstage. These, you can basically hear the separation between instruments really well. Again, in that song that I spoke about just a second ago, you can hear guitar separate to drums and bass and everything. It's all so brilliantly separated. You can kind of close your eyes and picture like different instruments. It's amazing for soundstage reproduction, considering these are closed back. So yeah, that is another thing to consider. You know, if you're listening to music at home and you don't want to disturb other people, you're not going to want open back headphones, because although open back headphones can produce more accurate and deeper bass, as their name suggests, they have open back and sound can leak. in and out. So, you know, if you're in a loud area, you're going to hear lots of ambient noise, and if you're in a quiet area where people are around you, they're going to hear your music. So these are definitely more suitable for places where you need to be a bit quieter. That's why it was tight. So yeah, brilliant for home usage, detailed music, and for where you need a quiet pair of headphones. Brilliant, brilliant pair of headphones. These retail at about £150 now, I think. I got them for 130, a special deal last year, but I do believe it's gone back up since then. But you know, if you find them anywhere up to £200, it's still a really good deal. So yeah, I thoroughly recommend the AKG K550s. And well, you've watched the review. If you think they're for you, they're definitely a really good buy.